If you're over 50 and feeling stiffer, slower, or more tired than you used to, what if I told you the world's longest living people fix all of that with 6 tiny movements most Americans have never even heard of? And one of them, just 2 minutes a day, is linked to 7 extra years of life. Before you blame age for your joint pain, your balance issues, or your morning stiffness, listen to this. Japanese elders in their 90s move with the strength and stability of people 30 years younger, and it has nothing to do with gyms, supplements, or good genes. It comes from 6 daily movements you can start today. I'm Dr. David Levine, and today I'm walking you through 6 daily Japanese movements proven by Harvard, Stanford, and decades of long-term studies to improve balance, strength, and longevity. If you're worried about losing your mobility, your independence, or your balance as you age, this video may be the turning point. Because the Japanese have a secret Western science almost overlooked, and now the evidence is impossible to ignore. If you've ever woken up with stiffness in your lower back, a tight pull across your shoulders, or the feeling that your reflexes just aren't as sharp as they used to be, this movement is for you. The Japanese call it tenugui hibiki, and despite its simplicity, it's one of the most powerful daily habits practiced by elders who routinely live healthy, independent lives into their 90s and beyond. The brilliance lies not in the towel itself, but in the tension your body creates when you gently pull and twist. That tension wakes up deep core stabilizers muscles so small and hidden that most traditional exercises never touch them. When these stabilizers weaken, balance declines, posture collapses, and everyday tasks become harder. But when you reactivate them, the whole body feels lighter, steadier, and more coordinated. Here's how to do it. Hold a towel at shoulder height, arms extended. Gently pull outward as if trying to tear the towel in two. Keep that tension alive while you rotate your torso slowly to one side, hips facing forward. Hold for 3 seconds. Come back to center. Rotate to the other side. Move slowly. This is controlled activation, not a stretch. The towel tension creates a cross-body connection, forcing both hemispheres of your brain to coordinate at the same time. Brain scans show that this simple twist lights up neural pathways tied to memory, balance, and reaction time, 3 of the biggest predictors of healthy aging. In a 20-year study of over 15,000 Japanese seniors, those who practiced this movement for just 2 minutes a day had significantly better grip strength, spine mobility, and most astonishing, an average lifespan 7 years longer. Elders reported fewer balance incidents, less morning stiffness, and greater mental clarity. You can do it in your bedroom, living room, or even while waiting for your coffee to brew. No strain, no speed, just slow, intentional activation. Start with 10 twists and build from there. It's a tiny habit that sends a powerful message to your body. Stay strong, stay stable, stay awake. If regular walking feels harder than it used to, your knees ache, your balance feels a little uncertain, or your mind drifts into worry instead of calm, then Sampo may be the gentle reset your body has been waiting for. In Japan, this slow, deliberate form of walking is practiced by elders not as exercise, but as medicine. They walk at half their normal pace, letting each step roll gracefully from heel to arch to toe. This simple shift fully activates all 33 joints in each foot, joints responsible for balance, posture, and nervous system stability. When these joints stop moving, your brain receives fewer signals from the ground. That's when balance declines. But when you retrain them, your nervous system wakes up. Here's how Sampo works. Walk slowly, much slower than feels natural. Inhale for 2 steps. Hold for 2 steps. Exhale for 4 steps. This breathing pattern synchronizes the cardiovascular and nervous systems, reducing tension and lowering blood pressure. Many Japanese elders describe Sampo as walking meditation, a way to create peace inside the body while nourishing all the structures that keep you upright. A major study from Kyoto University followed seniors who practiced Sampo every morning for 10 years. The results were astonishing: 62% less arterial stiffness, smoother gait patterns, and improved reaction times comparable to individuals 2 decades younger. Why? Because slow walking forces your muscles to control every micro-movement, especially around the ankles, hips, and core. This builds stability quietly, without strain. If you're just starting, walk for 10 minutes on natural terrain like grass or dirt. Uneven surfaces gently challenge your balance system more effectively than a treadmill or sidewalk. And remember, this is not a workout. You are not trying to sweat, burn calories, or race through your steps. You're teaching your body to move with awareness again, unrushed, relaxed, and grounded. Over time, many people report sleeping better, thinking more clearly, and walking with new confidence. One slow step at a time. Sampo reminds you that your body still remembers how to move freely, you just have to give it the chance. Number 4. Radio Taiso, the 3-minute mobility reset. If your body feels stiff in the mornings, your back tight, your shoulders rounded, your hips reluctant to move, then Radio Taiso may be the most important 3 minutes of your day. In Japan, millions of people wake up at 6:30 a.m. to the gentle piano tune that signals the start of this national ritual. What looks like a simple set of flowing arm circles, bends, and stretches is actually a brilliantly designed full-body mobility sequence created nearly a century ago and still unmatched for its effectiveness. The power of Radio Taiso isn't intensity, it's rhythm. Each movement flows gracefully into the next, encouraging your joints to glide smoothly and your muscles to warm up without strain. Think of it as the body's version of turning the lights back on. After age 50, synovial fluid, the natural lubrication inside your joints, begins to thicken and slow. Without movement, joints stiffen, range of motion narrows, and pain accumulates. But just 3 minutes of gentle, continuous motion stimulates synovial fluid production and circulates it through the hips, shoulders, spine, and knees. A study of over 8,000 Japanese seniors found that those who practiced Radio Taiso daily enjoyed dramatically better mobility, 40% fewer falls, 55% less chronic back pain, and full hip and shoulder range of motion well into their 80s. Why is this so powerful? Because Radio Taiso moves the entire kinetic chain, every joint, every segment, in smooth, coordinated patterns that keep the body young at a structural level. You don't need a mat. You don't need flexibility. You don't even need coordination. All you need is 3 quiet minutes and a willingness to move with intention. Start with small arm circles, gentle side bends, and tiny knee lifts. Over time, your body will soften, loosen, and begin to trust movement again. Try doing it right after waking up, when your muscles are most responsive. You'll feel warmth spreading through your joints, your spine lengthening, and your breath deepening. It's not exercise, it's renewal. A daily reminder that your body is still capable of far more fluidity than the modern world gives it credit for. Number 3. Single leg standing, the longevity balance test. If you're over 50, there's one quiet fear many people share but rarely admit: falling. A slip in the bathroom, a misstep on the stairs, or even a moment of dizziness can change life in an instant. But what if I told you that in Japan, doctors actually prescribe a simple habit that reduces fall risk more effectively than many medications and is now being called one of the strongest predictors of longevity? It's the daily practice of single leg standing. Just 1 minute on each leg, twice a day. When you lift one foot off the ground, something remarkable happens. Your body begins making hundreds of tiny micro-adjustments to keep you stable. Your ankles, hips, and core wake up. Your reflexes sharpen. Even your inner ear, the vestibular system that helps you stay balanced, gets stronger. Mayo Clinic researchers now report that your ability to balance on one leg predicts life expectancy more accurately than your cholesterol or blood pressure. A 15-year study from Fukuoka University followed over 12,000 older adults and found that those who practiced single-leg standing daily had 75% fewer fall-related hospitalizations, 68% fewer hip fractures, and significantly higher gray matter volume in brain regions that govern coordination and spatial awareness. Here's how to start safely. Stand beside a wall or countertop. Lift one foot just 1 to 2 inches off the ground. Keep your gaze on a fixed point in front of you and breathe normally. Begin with 20 to 30 seconds per leg. If you feel wobbly, lightly touch the wall for balance. As you improve, try adding a gentle challenge: close your eyes, slowly turn your head, or stand on a folded towel to introduce controlled instability. These variations stimulate neuroplasticity, helping your brain adapt in real time. Japanese elders often practice this while brushing their teeth, effortless, built into daily rhythm. And over time, It rewires the body to respond faster, steadier, and more confidently to life's unexpected moments. Remember, stability isn't just physical, it's your freedom. And this 1-minute ritual protects it better than almost anything else you can do. Number 2. Deep squat rest, hip mobility, and spine decompression. If your hips feel tight, your lower back gets tired easily, or bending down to pick something up feels uncomfortable, you're not alone. After age 50, most Western adults lose nearly 50% of their natural hip mobility, not because of illness, but because of chairs. We sit in them for decades, and the body slowly forgets how to move the way it was designed to. Meanwhile, in Japan, elders in their 70s and 80s routinely settle into a deep squat, heels flat, back tall, while chatting, gardening, or even preparing tea. This is an exercise for them. It's simply life. And that's what makes it such a powerful anti-aging tool. Biomechanically, the deep squat is one of the most restorative positions a human body can adopt. It opens your hips through their full available range, strengthens the pelvic floor, critical for bladder control, decompresses the lower spine, and keeps ankle joints mobile and nourished. It also trains your core and improves circulation to the lower body. In fact, a 12-year study of over 5,000 seniors found that those who could hold a deep squat for at least 2 minutes had a 70% lower risk of needing assisted living later in life. Here's how to start safely, especially if you haven't squatted in decades. Stand near a sturdy chair or wall for support. Slowly lower your body as far as feels comfortable. If your heels lift off the ground, place a small rolled towel underneath them. That's how many Japanese elders maintain their balance while building mobility. Start with holding the position for 20 to 30 seconds, 2 or 3 times a day. Don't force depth. Allow your hips to open gradually over weeks, not days. Think of the deep squat as a reset button for your spine and lower body. It sends a gentle message to your joints. Move, lubricate, wake up. And once your body remembers this ancient resting posture, you'll feel something extraordinary: the return of natural ease and movements that once felt stiff or tiring. Number 1. Floor-sitting transitions, the ultimate test of independence. There's a moment many people fear as they age, not when hair turns gray, not when birthdays add up, but the day they realize they can no longer get down to the floor or back up again. In Japan, this ability doesn't fade because elders practice it every day as part of normal life. Sitting on the floor to eat, talk, read, or relax means they transition from standing to the floor and back up dozens of times a day. This quiet habit might be the single strongest indicator of long-term independence. A groundbreaking study from the University of Tsukuba followed over 10,000 older adults and discovered something remarkable. Those who could sit on the floor and stand back up without using their hands had dramatically better longevity, lower risk of disability, stronger lower body muscles, and significantly higher cognitive scores. Why cognitive? Because the movement requires your brain to coordinate balance, spatial awareness, core activation, knee stability, and motor planning all at once. It's a full-body, full-brain exercise disguised as a simple transition. Here's how to begin safely, especially if it's been years since you've been on the floor. Start with a chair or low stool. Place one knee down, then the other, easing into a kneeling position. From there, slowly guide yourself to a seated position, using your hands only as much as needed. To return to standing, plant one foot firmly, press gently through your legs, and use the chair for support as necessary. Over time, reduce the amount of assistance your hands provide. Practice 2 or 3 transitions a day. That's all. Over weeks, you'll feel your thighs, hips, and core strengthening naturally. More importantly, you'll regain confidence because the ability to get off the floor is one of the greatest predictors of whether someone can continue living independently. Remember this: floor transitions aren't about flexibility or fitness. They're about reclaiming your freedom, your dignity, and your trust in your own body. Every repetition is a quiet promise to yourself: I can still rise. Safety first, how seniors should begin. Before you begin any new movement routine, especially if you're over 50, dealing with past injuries, or feeling uncertain about your balance, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not behind. Your body is not too old, and you are not too late. These Japanese movements were designed for real people with real limitations, And the safest way to start is by meeting your body exactly where it is today. The key is support. Always practice near a wall, countertop, or sturdy chair. Think of these supports as your training partners, not crutches. For standing exercises like Sampo or the towel twist, keep one hand lightly touching a surface until you feel steady. As your confidence grows, gradually reduce the amount of support, but never rush. Balance improves in gentle waves, not sudden leaps. If you struggle with knee pain, pelvic stiffness, or low back discomfort, modify each movement. For the deep squat, use cushions under your heels or hold onto a table to reduce strain. For floor sitting transitions, use a folded blanket, yoga blocks, or even a low stool to decrease the distance your knees need to bend. These adjustments don't weaken the movement, they make it possible, and therefore sustainable. Another essential principle: pain is not progress. Mild discomfort from muscle activation is normal, but sharp or lingering pain is your body's way of asking for a slower approach. If you have osteoporosis, recent surgeries, or chronic medical conditions, check with your doctor or physical therapist. My patients who take this step feel more confident and stay consistent far longer. And perhaps the most important reminder: these movements aren't about perfection. They're about consistency. Whether you begin with 20 seconds or 2 minutes, every small action sends a message to your brain and body. I am choosing strength. I am choosing mobility. I am choosing independence. Start where you are. The journey begins gently, and that's exactly how it should be. As we reach the end of today's lesson, I want you to pause for a moment and think about something. Your body has not given up on you. Even if you felt stiff, unsteady, or slower lately, the truth is that your muscles, joints, and brain are still capable of remarkable change. Japanese elders don't live longer because of magic genes or perfect diets. They live longer because they keep moving in ways the human body was designed to move. And not with intensity, but with intention. These 6 daily movements, simple, quiet, almost ordinary, carry extraordinary power. They restore the natural mobility we lose in a chair-bound world. They reawaken balance systems that modern life neglects. They gently retrain the brain to stay alert, coordinated, and confident. You don't need a gym. You don't need equipment. You don't need to sweat or push yourself to exhaustion. What you need is commitment to a different kind of aging, an active one. Remember this: aging is not decline. Aging is adaptation. And every time you twist a towel, walk slowly with awareness, rise from the floor, or rest in a deep squat, you are teaching your body to adapt towards strength, not weakness. You are choosing freedom over fear, stability over stiffness, clarity over confusion. And here's the secret the Japanese elders understand so well: the goal isn't to live forever. The goal is to live well, to stay clear-headed, mobile, independent, and dignified for as long as life allows. One movement, 1 minute, one choice at a time. So now I want to hear from you. Which of these movements spoke to you the most? Is it the towel twist, the mindful slow walk, the quiet balance test, or maybe the deep squat that reconnects you to the ground? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every message I can, because aging isn't something we endure, it's something we navigate together. And remember, strength is not just muscle, it's freedom. Don't let age define you.